This month was a more intentional spending month for us, so today I'm sharing with you how we spend every dollar in the month of November for our family of 5 living in Phoenix, Arizona. If you're new here, hey, I'm Marissa, and here we talk about family finance and ways that you can budget, save, and make more money for your family. So if that sounds like something interesting to you, you can scroll down and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any new videos. And yes, I share my personal household budget here on YouTube. In the month of October, we spent so much money on things that we didn't truly need. So this month we needed to have a little refresh, and we decided that we were going to be more intentional with our spending this month. I know that a lot of people will do like a no spend month, and that wasn't what we were wanting to do. We weren't trying to stop spending completely, but we just wanted to have a little reset and make sure that we weren't just spending money to spend money, and we wanted to make sure that these were actually things that we needed. So are you ready to see how we did this month? So here is our budget. This is a budget template that I have available on my shop. You can check it out. It's an instant download, works in Excel, Google Sheets, and you can download it once, use it every single month. I've been using this template for years. So we have Jacob's income and my income individually blocked off. Jacob works in marketing, and he is a W-2 employee, works for an employer, but he does work from home, which is awesome. And then I work here doing social media, and then I also do bookkeeping. Right now, at the time that this video is posted, I'm actually having a sale right now on my course called Next Level Bookkeeper, which teaches you how to do bookkeeper tasks and launch your very own bookkeeping business. I started doing bookkeeping over a year ago because I was looking for additional income for my family, but still wanted the flexibility to be able to work from home, and I love that bookkeeping has given me that. I was very hesitant to launch my bookkeeping business. I felt like I had a lot of imposter syndrome, and I didn't know exactly how to do all the bookkeeper things. But as I've gained experience, I've learned that it's super doable, and there are so many people who need a bookkeeper. So my friend Andrew Brown, who's a CPA, and I came together and we created this course. Andrew also has a successful bookkeeping business, and so in it we share all the things that we wish we would have known to get ourselves started with bookkeeping. So if you're looking for a way to bring in some consistent monthly income from the flexibility of your own home, I would highly recommend checking out my course. If you use this code, which I'll leave here, you can get $100 off on the course. So this is the last sale that I'm doing before the new year, so now's a great time to get started. So our total income this month, we were planning $11,870. We actually brought home $11,901. This was more than usual because it was a 3 paycheck month for my husband, so we love a good 3 paycheck month. So we have a zero-based budget, which means all of our income should equal all of our money out between expenses, debt, and savings. So first, let me show you the expenses that we had this month. The first thing is our tithe. We're Christians and we give to our church and other organizations, and also African New Life, which is an organization where we support 2 children in Rwanda. And I just have those 2 blocked off for privacy. Next we have is our mortgage, which is $23,0560. And then we have our HOA for our neighborhood is $130. Next we have is natural gas. Our bill was $21.87, and then electric was $149.52. Trash is $22 each month, and then our water this month was $111.35. Next we have is internet. Our internet is now actually going up. It was $50, now it's going to be $60, so that is what it is. Next we have is phones. So I actually need to update this in my budget too, because it was always $100, but now it's $137. This is for mine and Jacob's cell phones. We are on my parents' phone plan, and then I just pay for our lines, fully pay for our lines. But we also, with that, they also have some other like subscriptions that we all share. So like our Disney Plus profile, and I think there was like a Netflix add-on that they did for us, and a couple other streaming things. So all of this is just like the payment that I pay them every month for our phones and the couple streaming services that we have. Next we have is insurance at $179.96. This is for our cars. We have a 2018 Highlander and a 2024 Kia Carnival. Next we have is life insurance at $52.89. And then groceries, we budgeted $650. We actually spent $671.65. So we were just a little bit over, but not too bad. We did do HelloFresh this month. I did it for 2 weeks, and we just had like a few meals in each box, so that should also be considered in this because I actually have credits with HelloFresh, so that was free. But besides that, there were like, I guess then like 6 meals that were covered by HelloFresh this month. Everything else we paid for with the grocery store. So also with HelloFresh, if you want to check it out and get a free box, I have a referral link down below. You can check it out, get a free box of HelloFresh. We've really enjoyed it. My parents even do it every single month because they love it as well. Next we have is eating out. We budgeted $150 and we only spent $69.63. I think this is one of those things where the intentional spending really came into play. To not just like, oh, let's get out of the house and go through the Chick-fil-A drive-thru, you know, like I was very intentional about that. So we only ate out, I think, twice this month. So it was it's pretty minimal. Next we have is gas. We budgeted $150. We only spent $77.68. I had someone ask me why I don't lower this because we've been under $150 for a while, and I would just rather have more room in the budget there if we need to. Like, there's some months where we only have to fill up the car twice, some months where it's 3 times or even maybe 4. So it just really depends on what we're doing that month, if we have to cross town or whatever. So my husband, like I said, works from home, so he doesn't have a commute, and since I'm a stay-at-home mom with my kids, we just don't do a lot of driving. But this month was very low for gas, so $77.68. Next up we have fun. We budgeted $50. We spent $68.25. We did a little Christmassy activity on Thanksgiving. We went to a Christmas event, so we spent that. And then miscellaneous, we budgeted $100 and we only spent $54.24. This was another thing that was intentional. Again, only buying miscellaneous things that we actually needed. Like even this month I was like, I need a new loofah. We needed some like toothbrush heads for our son's electric toothbrush, like random things like that. But we really tried to think through, is this actually something that we need? Okay, next we have is Roth IRAs. We put $1,400 to our Roth IRAs in November. December is going to be the last month for us to fully fund our 2024 Roth IRAs. I am so excited about that to be done. But you do have until tax day 2025 to fund your 2024 Roth IRAs. So if you're trying to fund yours, there's still time. Then we have college. I also have this blocked off, but we are contributing to our 3 sons' 529 college savings plans. I don't think I mentioned their ages, but they are 4, 2, and 3 months, almost 4 months. So we are working on saving for that now, so that hopefully that'll be less of a burden for us and them in the future. So altogether, we had $6,689.64 leave our bank account to all of these things. And look, we were even under budget here by $145.95. So we were intentional, I would say, with our spending this month. Okay, next into our savings section. So these are all the things that we're working on saving for, or sinking funds, those types of things. First thing that we have is our emergency fund. And we're not putting anything to this right now because we have this fully funded. We have over 6 months of necessary expenses saved up in our emergency fund. Then we have property taxes. We put aside $275 each month for property taxes, which we pay ourselves. We don't do through escrow. Then property insurance at $72 each month that we save. And then taxes, since I am self-employed, I do set aside money for taxes and I just save it up. I pay my quarterlies and then also assume that I will owe some other taxes at the end of the year. So I just set aside a certain percentage of what I make each month and put that to our little tax saving fund. So I put $1,500 into that. And then opportunity. This is where we want every extra dollar to go that we can find. And right now we didn't have the extra dollars to put to that. But that's okay. This is just above and beyond. Like right now our big goals have been investing, doing our Roth IRAs. Also, what you don't see before income is Jacob's 401k through his employer, as well as the HSA, maxing all that out. So we have a lot of investing goals this year. So I'm glad that we're reaching those. And this opportunity fund would be great to do, but if we don't have, the funds after everything else, like that's okay. But one thing that we would love to do with the opportunity fund is put in a pool eventually at our house. We do not have a pool. We have very little kids and I don't necessarily want a pool right now, but eventually I'd like to have a pool. So maybe if we just set aside some money and see where it goes, see if down the road we decide to put in a pool. So all of these things I have in a light blue color because the total of all of these funds, I know I do have it blocked off for privacy, but the total of all these funds I keep in our high yield savings account. If you don't have a high yield savings account yet, you need to get one. I know that I say this every single time, but seriously, it'll take you 5 minutes to sign up. It's the easiest thing you can do to better your finances. A high yield savings account is simply like a normal savings account, except you earn significantly more interest. You can earn over 10 times the average national rate. I personally use CIT Bank because they have some of the highest interest rates around. I want my money to earn as much money as possible, and they are FDIC insured. There are no fees, and they have 2 different account options. They have a platinum savings account with a higher rate, but you do need to have $5,000 in that account. If you have less than $5,000, they have a Savings Connect account, which still has a high rate, and you only need $100 in that account. So I'd highly recommend checking out CIT Bank in either one of those accounts. I will leave a link to CIT Bank down in the description box below, and you can check them out there. And it's a great place to put things like your emergency fund or other savings goals that you are working on. Not long-term savings, not like retirement, but short-term savings goals that you have going on. Let your money sit in savings, doing its thing, but earn you some extra interest. Here's how much interest I made last month from my high yield savings account. It's that easy. Just go sign up for one. Okay, the next thing that we have here is our personal spending. Jacob gets $150 each month and he spent $215. I get $75 and I spent $191.87. One thing that I'm taking out of my fund is family pictures. I know this is a family thing, but I truly wanted family pictures done for us, and I had a lot of money in my fund, and so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to use my money to pay for the photographer and do all that. So that's what I used my money for, was paying the remaining balance of our photographer. We got family photos done, and they're so good. I'm so glad that we did it. Next we have is extra giving. We put $50 in, and this month we spent $81.40. Then gifts for things like a wedding or baby shower, those kinds of things, $50. We haven't spent anything. Clothing, we put $50 into, and we spent $108.12. Because we had family pictures, we got a couple clothing things. I got like a new pair of shoes, got Jacob a shirt, like that kind of stuff. Then we have vacation. We're putting $200 each month into vacation, and we spent $467.22 because we put a deposit on a trip. We're going to Disneyland next year. I'm so excited about it, and we just booked the hotel, so I had to put a deposit down on that. Next we have is Christmas. We put $800 into the Christmas fund this month because there were a lot of Christmassy things, and we spent $571.79. So another great thing to plan for with Christmas is thinking through Christmas cards, stamps for Christmas cards. Don't forget your stocking stuffers. Like, there's so many little Christmassy things that you may forget when you're making your Christmas budget. And honestly, some of these things I forgot as well when I was planning for Christmas stuff. So like, we got our family photos done, but then I wanted to get Christmas cards, so I got those ordered, and I was like, okay, that's another thing here. The biggest thing here that we spent Christmas money on this month was getting stockings. We had our last baby this year, and I feel like we are complete with our family, and one thing that I just truly wanted was matching stockings with all of our names embroidered on them. So I ordered some from Pottery Barn. They were not cheap at all, but I love them so much, and it's exactly what I wanted, and I know that we're going to have those for decades. So I felt fine spending the money. It was expensive, but we have those done, and they bring me joy, and I know that we'll use them for so long. So that was the big expense here. Next, we have medical. We were putting $533 each month into medical, and we spent $55.80. Next we have is dues and subs at $100, which we didn't spend on, and then car maintenance at $75. Next we have is house maintenance. We put $1,300 into house maintenance because we went a little bit overboard on this last month, and we spent $380.27 this month on needed house maintenance, not just like random things that would be great for the house. Like, this was needed to happen. Okay, and then we have household. We put $500 into this, and we spent $72.10. And then our kids fund. So we put $981.25 into this. We spent $616.51. That was a lot. There was a Target diaper sale happening this month, and so I stocked up on some diapers because I was like, gonna need to use these anyway. And then our son's preschool is going into this as well. He goes like 2 half days a week, and swim lessons. So those are like the big things that happened in the kids situation this month, as well as some other like outfit things for our Christmas photos. So that is our overall budget for the month. Down here you can see that our total out, including our expenses and our savings, we don't have any debt besides our mortgage, was $11,901.22, and our balance check here should be 0, which it is, so our budget is complete. But I also want to show you our net worth update. We've reached an exciting milestone this month. Okay, so your net worth is made up of your assets minus your liabilities, or the things you own minus the things you owe. So the first thing that we have here is our total retirement, which increased, great, went up to $228,632. This is our Roth IRAs and Jacob's 401k. So we increased that by $12,443. Then we have our house value and our emergency fund, extra cash that we have. And then our HSA, we have $19,542 in our HSA, which we also have invested, and we're using this for a more long-term approach. We're honestly using it as more of a retirement vehicle, so this is kind of all additional retirement. Next we have is our Highlander value at 27 and our Carnival at 46. So total assets is $1,002,713. And then our only liability or thing that we owe money to is our mortgage, which is at $396,520. So our total net worth is $606,193. So we crossed that 600,000 mark, which is crazy. And that increased this month by over $20,000, which is insane. It was a great month for the stock market, and that's why that did so well. But it's just crazy now being at the point where our net worth increases usually if the market is still, doing fine, where our net worth is usually increasing each month more than the income that we bring home, which feels crazy. Like, think back to, when we were working on paying off debt, when we had a negative net worth, when we were making tons of sacrifices, and then I'm very grateful to be here at this point. So that is my whole budget update for this month. Don't forget, if you want to check out this budget template, I will have that down below. Also, go sign up for CIG Bank. Go get yourself a high-yield savings account. It'll take you 5 minutes. So worth it to be able to earn that extra interest. And with that, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.